If you have burning pains down the back of your leg, you probably have sciatica. In this video, I'm going to show you the one thing you're probably doing right now that's making it worse. And I want to show you 2 exercises that's going to help give you fast relief from that burning pain down the back of your leg. Now, for those who don't know me, my name's Arv, and I've been a physiotherapist for close to a decade, and I've helped thousands of people online with their sciatica to get better through home workout programs so they feel stronger, more energetic, and young again through my Young Again app. You see, most people who suffer with sciatica are doing one thing wrong. They keep trying to stretch their hamstring to make the burning pain or the pins and needles go away. If anything, this is probably making your sciatica feel worse. And the reason why is because when you're stretching your hamstrings, you're actually just stretching the nerve and putting more pressure on the sciatic nerve. And therefore, you're probably feeling more burning and more pins and needles. If you really want to make your sciatica feel better, you have to start to work on the lower back and the hips and make the alignment of your hips and lower back stronger. So the 2 exercises I'm going to show you today to relieve sciatic symptoms is going to move away from stretching the actual hamstring and strengthening the glutes and the lower back so you can start getting less burning, less pins and needles, and start getting back to your everyday life. So for this first exercise, it's going to look pretty funny. So if you do this in public, you might get some stares. We're going to do some pelvic tilting. So all this involves is having your feet directly underneath your hips. Now from here, if you look at my hips here, we want to get into this anterior tilt and then this posterior tilt. And we want to be able to master this movement so that we can actually get that lower back aligned better with those hips. And what I mean by alignment is that when we actually get into this posterior tilt, when we have this hip coming underneath, we're actually opening up the joints of the lower back and giving us more pressure released on that sciatic nerve. So we want to stand here and do some pelvic tilting in this position. And you want to make sure that as you come under, we're squeezing the glutes and we're engaging the core. So we're not leaning forward with our shoulder, we're not leaning forward with our chest as we're going into this posterior tilt. Everything is coming directly from the hips. Now you want to do as many as you can in the span of 60 seconds, and you want to really control the movement. If you start to shake with this movement, that's completely fine as well. The main thing is that you learn how to move your hips independent of your lower back. And this is going to give you better postural awareness and better alignment of your lower back and your hips. Now the second exercise, you're going to need a floor. If you don't have a floor, I can't help you with that, right? So we're going to get into this position here. We're going to get into some glute bridges. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to have our heels tucked as far closely, love that English, as close as possible to your glutes. Now from here, we're going to posteriorly tilt our pelvis, and we're going to squeeze the bum muscles as we go up towards the ceiling. Now in this position, you should feel the glutes squeezing and your knees should be wider than your hips. So we don't want narrow knees with this exercise. We want wide knees with this, squeezing the glutes at the very top. Now as we come down towards the floor, back to our starting position, we're going to come from our mid-back first, so nice and slowly, laying down one vertebrae at a time. And as soon as that tailbone hits the floor, we're posteriorly tilting back up, squeezing the glutes at the very top of this movement here. Coming back down nice and slow, and then pushing back up. Again, making sure your knees are wider than your hips. Now this exercise is great because we're actually going to get the glute muscles activated, which is going to help offload the hamstrings, right? So the stronger these glute muscles are, the less tight these hamstrings are going to become, and the less pressure we have on the sciatic nerve. So we're going to do this for about 3 sets of 10, and we really want to focus on that glute squeeze at the very top of this movement. Now, a quick little test to see if you were listening. Just comment yes or no below in the comments. Does the sciatic nerve get worse with stretching? Let me know your answer below. So now that you've answered that question down below, which 99% of you should have got right, and I'll be checking after the video, I want to now jump into the most important part of all of this, is how do we prevent re-injury, or how do we prevent sciatica from flaring up again? And this is where strength and conditioning through home workout programs or gym programs are going to really help you make sure you come back to everyday living and everyday life without pain. So let's say we do those 2 exercises and after a week, we're feeling better with our sciatica, there's less burning pain now. The next thing is how can we keep this feeling better and how can we get stronger so that this doesn't come back? And this is where exercise programs come into play. Now, right now, what I'm doing is a RDL, which is gonna help strengthen the hamstrings and the glutes. And it's exercises like these, as you become better and fitter, that are gonna help prevent any re-injury and allow you to keep moving forward with everyday life, being strong, pain-free, more energetic, and feeling young again. And this is where my Young Again app comes into play. The reason why I designed the Young Gen app was to pretty much make sure that you have guided workouts that you can turn to every single day that are all programmed by myself. And this is where exercise programs are crucial. Now, if you're currently doing a home strength program, amazing, keep doing it. However, if you feel like you want some more guidance and you want a program that hits different parts of your body and you want a step-by-step guide in all of this, feel free to check out the link below. You can get a 1-month free trial to my Young Gen app where I've designed all the workouts and we do workouts together at home, just like this. And once you join the app, you get exclusive access to my Facebook group where we do weekly lives and Q&As where you can ask me everything and anything face to face. So if that's something you'd be interested in, click the link down below and check it out yourself. If you have any questions about this video or any kind of suggestions that you want me to do for the next video, leave them also in the comments below. Guys, thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video. Hope this helped.